working in the spirit of the Golden Empire. This is 17 News at noon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Maddie Jansen, and we are on storm watch as we await a winter storm that could wreak havoc on holiday travel. Here's a look outside right now from our sky cam. It's the calm before the storm. You can see a few clouds starting to make their way in, though. Chief Meteorologist Alyssa Carlson has been tracking this storm that's expected to hit late tonight and really ramp up tomorrow morning, and she has the latest.
A cold start this morning, and we have a winter storm on the way. As we head into tonight, watching for this winter weather advisory to go into effect for the west edge of the valley, but more importantly, the winter storm warning here for our local mountains, and we'll be watching for snow not only in our area, but all the way up here into the northern Sierra, as well as down into the LA area too. So snow will be possible in the mountains as we head into the overnight tonight. Already watching as this system is working into Northern California. It'll take its time dropping on down here today, but by 10 o'clock or so tonight, we do have rain in the forecast here for the valley. So the storm on the way, snow possibly down to 2,500 feet with this storm. Road closures likely, 1 to 2 feet of snow above 5,000 feet, 6 to 12 inches of snow between 3 and 5,000 feet. Your forecast for today then this afternoon in the valley, looking at 56 degrees this afternoon, and then 51 by 7 in the mountains today. It's going to be chilly. Temperatures this afternoon only around 45. I'll have much more on this storm in Pinpoint Weather.
And the day before Thanksgiving is already one of the busiest travel days of the year, and then you add in this winter storm to the mix, and we're expecting a treacherous holiday commute. The California Highway Patrol wants drivers to be ready. As Alyssa just said, Kern County and much of Southern California are bracing for 3 days of rain and snow. CHP says always to remember to drive with your headlights on, leave extra distance between you and your vehicle ahead of you. And if you start to hydroplane, ease off the accelerator and steer straight until you can gain control. We will likely see snow in our mountain passes, and that includes the Grapevine. CHP says you should carry chains in snowy conditions, observe speed limits in chain control areas, and stay with your vehicle if it breaks down. If you plan to be on the road for a while, CHP suggests leaving the house prepared with a few extra items.
It's one of those things where just depending on the hazardous conditions up there, so we always advise people to make sure when you travel, have a full tank of gas. It's going to be cold, so have blankets, have water, have food. I know last year we had a situation where there was a person that needed baby food. If you have an infant, you're traveling with small children, make sure you have plenty of food for them as well, because again, you never know what could happen.
Also consider making yourself a winter checklist before leaving your house. Ensure that your defroster is working, that your windshield wipers are in good condition, and your muffler and exhaust are also working well. For more travel safety tips, just head to our website, kget.com. PG&E shared some safety tips that you can use to stay prepared in case of a power outage during the storm. If you see a downed power line, call 911 immediately. If your power goes out, use a flashlight instead of a candle to avoid fire risk. Turn off all electrical appliances to avoid overloading circuits when power gets restored. Freeze plastic containers full of water to keep your food from spoiling in your refrigerator. And lastly, secure your outdoor furniture to keep it from blowing away in high winds. And a heads up, if you have to travel downtown today, the intersection of I and 24th Streets is expected to be closed until this afternoon. Drivers can use H Street to detour around the construction work. The closure is not expected to affect westbound traffic on 24th Street. Remember to slow for construction workers. Bakersfield police are searching for whoever pulled the trigger in a shooting at the Valley Plaza Mall last night. Bakersfield police say last night, just before 6 p.m., two groups of people got into a fight near the food court. A 15-year-old and a 20-year-old were shot. They were taken to the hospital and are expected to survive. Police say one of the victims was an innocent bystander shopping nearby when the gunfire started. Police are looking for one, maybe two shooters, but BPD wants people to know this was not an active shooter situation.
This was not an active shooter or one of those types of incidents that we've seen across the country. This is a fight amongst two groups.
BPD took two people into custody for questioning yesterday. No word on any arrests. Chief Martin says there will be an increased presence of police officers at the mall for the holiday shopping season, but he also clarified the response will not be different than what they usually do for the holidays. He says BPD typically has more officers in crowded places, including the marketplace and Northwest Promenade. He stresses the shooting was an isolated incident. BPD expects everything to be back to normal today. And we're going to keep working to find out more information, and if Bakersfield Police release anything new, we will let you know. You can find all of this information on our website, KGET.com. You can also follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course you can download our 17 News app to get alerts sent straight to your mobile device. Impeachment inquiry news now. The House Judiciary Committee announced this morning it will hold its first public impeachment hearing next week. They've invited President Donald Trump and his lawyers to participate. The hearing's set for next Wednesday. Judiciary Chairman Gerald Nadler said the hearing will focus on constitutional grounds for presidential impeachment. Nadler said the hearing comes as the inquiry enters a new phase. In a quote, he said, "Our first task is to explore the framework put in place to respond to serious allegations of impeachable misconduct like those against President Trump." According to Nadler, adding that Trump, who has complained that the House is not giving him due process, quote, has a choice to make. He can take this opportunity to be represented in the impeachment hearings, or he can stop complaining about the process. I hope that he chooses to participate in the inquiry directly or through counsel, as other presidents have done before him. Back here at home, a community is mourning the loss of a mother and grandmother killed in a crash Sunday on Old River Road in southwest Bakersfield. Police say it was caused by illegal street racing and a suspected DUI driver. A red Mustang and gray Dodge Ram were street racing Sunday. That's when the Mustang lost control and hit the van, according to Bakersfield police.
One of the vehicles lost control and struck an uninvolved vehicle, sending it from the northbound lanes across the center median into the southbound lanes.
BPD arrested the driver of the Mustang, 50-year-old Ronald Pierce. He's charged with DUI, reckless driving, vehicular manslaughter, and street racing. Pierce is due in court this afternoon. His bail is set at $120,000. Making news around the state, the cave fire continues to grow in Santa Barbara County, and it's prompting mandatory evacuation warnings in an area around Highway 154. The cave fire started just after 4 yesterday near East Camino Cielo and Painted Cave Roads in the Los Padres National Forest. As of last check, it had grown to about 4,100 acres and was still 0% contained. Officials say no homes have burned, but structures are still threatened. Thanksgiving's a time to reflect on everything we have to be grateful for. And if that has you wanting to give back, we'll have a list of opportunities coming up. Plus, we are on Storm Watch. We're going to get the full report from Alyssa on what you need to watch out for as you head to your holiday destination. Welcome back. We are on Storm Watch this Tuesday, headed into a lot of holiday traveling. Here's Alyssa with what you can expect.
Temperatures this morning starting out below average here in the upper 30s. Outlying areas were near freezing this morning, and our afternoon high will not be at 62 degrees. We are looking at 50s on the way today. Winter storm watches and warnings are up. We have the winter storm warning here for our local mountains. That goes into effect tonight and is going to run all the way through 4 a.m. Friday. A winter weather advisory on the west edge of the valley, as we will see in those mountains to our west that opportunity for snow all the way down to the foothills. So the big storm arriving tonight, and we'll be looking then for those snow levels down to 2,500 feet off and on the next several days, and measuring that snow in feet above 5,000 feet. So several inches of snow will be possible through the passes and just below that. So this is quite the system. It's an area of low pressure rapidly intensifying. Will drop on through. We'll be looking then for added moisture along the coastline as it hugs the coastline to work on into. And with that being said, some heavy rain also expected. So we're not just talking about snow, we're talking about heavy amounts of rain statewide as we head into Wednesday and Thursday primarily, and then a secondary storm off and on as we head into Friday, but mainly Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday. So here's timing the snow levels, and as we head into our Wednesday, 5 a.m., 4,200 feet. So that could be right around past level as you wake up tomorrow morning. So my advice to you is to leave today. If you are trying to travel for Thanksgiving, it's going to be easier than possibly risking it Wednesday and Thursday, because we just don't know if the CHP will be closing any of these passes, or if they will be icy even, or if they will decide to pace traffic because there are going to be so many people on the road. So as we head into Wednesday afternoon, 4,100 feet for that snow level, and then by Wednesday night, 3,800 with several inches of snow possible down to the passes. So here's Wednesday morning at 8:30 a.m. Seeing the snow already in the Kern River Valley, seeing it a wintry mix over near the Highway 58 and the Grapevine. That's what that pink indicates. And then off and on snow possibly down to the passes, or at the very least a wintry mix. And then into Thursday, still watching for that. Thursday afternoon, more snow possible, and Thursday night, look at that. That could possibly be snow all the way down to elevations that would be near the desert floor. So that would be around 3,000 feet to 2,000 feet. So that's very low. As we head into Friday morning, there's some precipitation. It kind of tapers off in the afternoon, but another storm works in for the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and that one looks to be very wet. So in terms of rain, upwards then of 6/10 of an inch by about the noon hour on Wednesday into Thursday morning, 8/10 of an inch by Thursday afternoon night, over an inch of rain in the valley areas, and then this weekend looking for some very heavy rain on the way. But let's get through the next couple of days first before we worry about the weekend storm. So anywhere from 2 to 5 inches near the base of the Grapevine, and then 3 inches or more as we head out into the Kern River Valley. As we take a look here at the rain, here it comes from north to south, and again quickly accumulating, and it looks to be very wet statewide as we head into Wednesday, Thursday especially. So watch out for ponding on the roadways. Take it easy out there and allow yourself plenty of time. Make sure you pack a kit with you as well for your car for emergencies. Air quality will be moderate and no wood burning unless you are registered. Here's your forecast. 56 then today, 52 on Wednesday, and showers will be possible here. A lesser chance on Friday, but again for the weekend. Highs in the weekend will be in the 50s. In the mountains, looking for tricky travels, especially all day Wednesday and Thursday, and then again into Friday. And we'll be looking for temperatures for daytime highs only in the mid-30s. For Thanksgiving, it is going to be cold, and in the Kern River Valley, we do have 50s and 40s on the way, overnight lows in the 30s. And again, looking for maybe some tricky travels over the weekend as well. I'll have the very latest on this system coming up tonight at 5.
In your 17 Health Watch this afternoon, more than 180,000 Americans are sickened with foodborne illness every year. And this Thanksgiving, health experts want to make sure you and your family aren't among them. Sarah Donliff has the story.
Okay, Eddie.
In the movies, Clark Griswold's turkey mishap is a classic. But in real life, it's a holiday foul. And this Thanksgiving, there are a lot of opportunities for good birds to go bad.
46 million turkeys that will be prepared, so that's a lot of turkey.
Among the biggest risks, foodborne illness. USDA Deputy Undersecretary for Food Safety, Dr. Mindy Brashears, says a turkey should be thawed in the fridge or in a sink with cold water. And once it's ready, don't wash it.
The problem is that the water becomes a vehicle to spread any of the germs around the kitchen or to contaminate your sink.
Keep raw turkey separate from fresh foods and cook it and any stuffing inside to 165 degrees.
I'm a fan of a digital tip-sensitive thermometer.
North Carolina State University food specialist Dr. Ben Chapman demonstrates checking several parts, including the breast, thigh, and behind the wing. And while it may be tempting to sit around the table all night, leftovers should be refrigerated within 2 hours.
Just because it's cooked doesn't mean that all of a sudden it's safe.
Simple steps from health experts.
It's easy to prevent the illnesses if you have the information.
To keep you and your family safe at the holiday table. Sarah Donliff, NBC News.
And if you get into a tough spot or have questions, the USDA's Meat and Poultry line is available even on Thanksgiving Day, and that number is 1-888-MP-HOTLINE. Still ahead here on 17 News at noon, self-defense and common sense. Experts say you need both to keep yourself safe during this holiday shopping season. We'll have tips.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
We're back in your 17 Business Watch and checking out stocks this Tuesday afternoon. The Dow is up 21 points so far in trading. The Nasdaq up 9 and the S&P 500 up 1.5 points. Meantime, checking out oil prices. West Texas Intermediate selling for $58.43 a barrel, and Midway Sunset started the day at $62.18 a barrel. As Americans get ready for the biggest shopping weekend of the year, one thing to consider is the safety of you and your belongings. Black Friday sales are sure to draw huge crowds to shopping malls and department stores, making prime targets for criminals. Tanya Mendes has some tips to make sure you stay safe while checking items off your list.
Holiday shopping season is here, the time of year when we're looking for the perfect gift, and a criminal is looking for a perfect target.
Going in and out of stores and getting yourself in and out of your vehicle is where you're going to be most vulnerable.
At Sean McGinnis's Academy of Martial Arts,
she traps my arm to bridge.
Self-defense is one of the basic skills he's teaching every day.
She hits a bridge. I'm going to move with her.
But he's also teaching common sense.
It's what we call situational awareness.
Part of that awareness means you're ready to react, something you can't do if your hands are full of bags.
If you're only able to put it over your shoulder, then I would put it over my non-dominant shoulder.
I should
right, yes.
Here.
Right.
So I have two hands free.
Right.
If you have to hold it, put it in your non-dominant hand.
So I grab this hand, and I grab this, and this is all tied up, and now trying to use your non-dominant hand to do...
For anything.
Right.
He's caught my dominant hand while going for my bag, so I can't get to my keys. Can't try to take a swing.
Have to free your hands up.
McGinnis says to consolidate your purchases as much as possible, and try not to spend a lot of time loading your bags and kids into the car.
Someone with their head in the back of a minivan, they're strapping a young child in, and they have no idea what's going on behind them.
McGinnis is hoping to help us shop smarter this holiday season. He knows we're going to spend, but he also hopes we pay attention.
Also, be aware of your surroundings as you park your car. If it could get dark while you're shopping, make sure your vehicle's in a well-lit area and avoid carrying large amounts of cash whenever possible. Coming up, she's the queen of country, and this year, Dolly Parton celebrates 50 years at the Grand Ole Opry. A preview of the special airing coming up tonight, still ahead. Welcome back. A few more volunteers and a little more food. Things local organizations say they would be thankful for this Thanksgiving holiday. If you have the time or means, here are a few opportunities you can sign up to help those in need this week. The Blessing Corner on Union Avenue still needs 10 to 15 volunteers for its annual Thanksgiving meal. The organization greatly needs desserts, pumpkin pies, pumpkin rolls, cakes, you name it, they'd love your donation. The Mission of Kern County is also currently accepting food items in need of turkeys and canned food to help make sure everyone who stops by for Thanksgiving gets a warm meal and leaves with a warm heart.
Our Thanksgiving meal, it's actually on Thanksgiving Day from 11 a.m. to 1. It's something that we've done for many, many years. This is something that we're serving for 600 people to come and join us. Not just people that stay with us at the shelter or our programs, but also we canvass the community, canvass the area for folks to come and join us. If they don't have anywhere to go on Thanksgiving, we want them to join us. We want them to be part of this festive occasion.
Also starting November 30th, Calm Holiday Lights needs volunteers to assist with their holiday light tour. You can work a 5-hour shift and receive a ticket to enjoy the lights on another day. Temple Bethel's annual 8 Crazy Kilometers run, a Hanukkah 8K and 2K, needs volunteers to assist with parking, registration, and general course assistance. Of course, there are a lot of opportunities to help in December as the holiday season continues. For more information on how you can volunteer during the holiday season, call the Volunteer Center of Kern County at 395-9787. Well, if there was a Mount Rushmore of country music, Dolly Parton's face would be on it. She's been a force of nature in music, movies, and television for decades. And tonight on NBC, Parton celebrates her 50 years at the Grand Ole Opry with an all-star 2-hour special. And Mark Barger has a preview.
I'm 73 years old, and if you think that...
At any age, it is tough to keep up with Dolly Parton.
It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it.
It makes me exhausted just thinking about all that she does, but she still goes through life like a kid, you know, always smiling, always laughing, always quick with a joke.
You look like $1 million every single time.
How much it costs.
Parton's combination of looks, charm, and talent propelled her from a dirt-poor Tennessee upbringing into the most successful female country artist of all time. 26 #1 hits on the Billboard Country Chart, 8 Grammy Awards, and 100 million albums sold.
she has just been an inspiration, and I think an artist that we have aspired to be like.
50 years at the Grand Ole Opry.
Tonight, Parton celebrates that career milestone as a member of country music's Mecca.
That was always my dream when I was a kid. I was to be on the Grand Ole Opry, and just when they said, you got to celebrate 50 years, I thought, I'm not even 50 years old.
Exactly.
Along with Parton's own performances,
Joshua, why you just what I've been looking for?
some of country music's biggest names help celebrate her achievement.
She's just wonderful. She's got it. She's had it for a real long time.
9 to 5.
Dolly Parton shows no signs of losing it
Working 9 to 5.
anytime soon. Mark Barker, NBC News.
She's a legend. Dolly, 50 Years at the Opry airs tonight at 9, right after the live results episode of The Voice. By the way, tonight's special celebrates Dolly's 50 years as a member of the Grand Ole Opry. Her very first performance at the Opry was actually 10 years before that, when she was just a teenager. Pretty amazing. Well, still ahead here on 17 News at noon, a turkey giveaway down south with a special guest. We'll show you who. Finally at noon, Terminator star Arnold Schwarzenegger is back, handing out turkeys for Thanksgiving. The former governor joined the Inner City Games and Hollenbach Police Business Council in L.A. to pass out hundreds of turkeys to deserving inner city families. Schwarzenegger, who's a longtime participant of the giveaway, was also joined by his Terminator co-star, Gabrielle Luna. The two passed out bags stuffed with holiday foods, as well as took photos with fans and families at the event. A lot of giveaways, a lot of feasting happening tomorrow. We, of course, hope that you make it to your destination safely. We want to remind you can download our 17 News app to get the latest on the breaking weather news sent directly to your phone. And don't forget to join us tonight. Alyssa Carlson is tracking that storm tonight and tomorrow morning on Sunrise.
17 News, your local news leader, continues 24 hours a day on KGET.com and our 17 News app in the spirit of the Golden Empire. 17 News.